Hey, look, it's a TheDinoCollector, yay!
Pop, 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 pop.
Hey everyone, Nate's TheDinoCollector, and today we will be taking a look at the Bandai Limited Movie Month series Godzilla Store exclusive, Titanosaurus, and Godzilla 1975. Now these two were meant to represent the Toys Dream Project variants of these two figures, as you can see right here, and they look very faithful. But before we take a look at everything else, let's just take a look at these tags. First off, taking a look at Godzilla's tag here, it looks very nice with a picture of Godzilla 1975, as you can see here, Godzilla 2023. Inside the tag, positive translation, and the back of it says Mecha Godzilla no Gyakushu, Movie Monster series, and that's pretty much it with the Bandai and Bandai Namco symbols there. Yeah, that's practically it for Godzilla's tag, and now moving on to Titanosaurus' tag. Now, taking a look at Titanosaurus' tag over here, we can see it says Titanosaurus, Titanosaurus, with a picture of Titanosaurus around here. It says Godzilla 2023. Opening up the inside of the tag here, we get a very, very nice image of Titanosaurus here. And it says the translation, which you could pause to read. Again, same thing on the back with the cutout Titanosaurus' back here. And that's pretty much it with the tag. And now, since these are both Godzilla Store exclusives, we're going to put them through the baby penny sleeve, which I will do right now. Look at this. And for Godzilla, same thing. There you go. And of course, the big fat top loaders. Alright, that looks pretty good. Just need a Mechagodzilla 1975 to complete the entire Terror of Mechagodzilla setup. And yeah, that's pretty much it with these tags. Now, let's take a look at their articulation. Now, in terms of articulation, Godzilla can move all the way around at the head here. He can move all the way around at the arms. Same with the other arm here. And the legs can go all the way around. These short little legs can go all the way around. And the tail, unfortunately, can't move at all because, of course, it's glue sealed. And if you want to break it, go ahead. But I'm not going to do that with this figure. Now, in terms of Titanosaurus, Titanosaurus has very similar articulation. All the way around at the head, all the way around at these arms, but do be careful of the paint here. Being very careful. There you go. Tag out of the way. There you go. And then the legs go all the way around, yep, on both of the legs here. There you go. And yeah, no articulation on the tail, again, glue sealed. Yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of articulation. And yeah, overall, I'm gonna give both of these a 10 out of 10 and a 10 out of 10 in terms of articulation. And now, let's move on to the paint and detail on both of these figures. Godzilla mainly has a few colors here. A gray, a white, another black, and red, and green. So, there's not a lot, but in terms of the way it's applied very, very well. This is one of my favorite Movie Monster series figures, up there with Godzilla 91 and Godzilla 2004. Take a look at the head here, we got some very nice details. He looks like Godzilla 1975. Look at the tag and look at this design. They look practically the same, except for the highlight here, which is again reference to the Toys Dream Project figure. So I'm not taking points off in terms of accuracy, because the paint here is very nicely applied. Such as the highlight on the head. It is not a splot here. Look at this. This is huge. I don't like this. I much prefer them to look like this. And just look at the paint on the face in general. There is a lot of nice colors. The tongue looks like it could have a little bit more improvement in there. And the teeth are very nicely painted, except it's not all the way because, of course, his lips are very fat. His lower teeth are painted very nicely, and the tongue is nicely painted, and is there detail? Oh, there's no detail at the top of the mouth, unfortunately. Of course, we have the dorsal nubs moving into the dorsal fins, which we'll talk about last. And again, traditional Godzilla skin here with some nice details. And when we move to the body, we get some very, very nice highlight on the green here. I really do like this. It's one of my favorites. The scales here, again, traditional Godzilla scales, nothing new. We move to the tail, we get some very nice details again. It is not moving up or down, which I do like. It's just a side curve. And at the bottom, we get some very nice details. So we got Toho Ltd, numbers, and then we get some nice wrinklage all the way to the very tip of the tail. Moving down to the legs, we get some very nice highlights. My only issue with them is the fact that they are not straight, they are just on the sides, which I wish they could have been more to the front, but maybe that's just me. We get some very nice wrinklage here. We get some little foldings, and then the feet here. The feet have some very nice bumps and little warts here. They look very nice. Not painted, which I understand. It is based off the Toys Dream Project, but I am a bit disappointed with this because I wanted a bit more paint on it, like maybe a gray like on the figure. But yeah, I'll take like a point off for this. And of course, same detail on the other side. And the bottom of the feet, yes, this is the memorial box sculpt, which looks like this. So it says the name of the monster, of course, it says Toho 1975, Godzilla 1975, which modern movie monster series figures don't have this. So yes, this is a sign that they did not change the mold at all. It says Bandai 2003, I think? 2003, made in China, I think. We're just gonna assume that's 2003. And of course, that's why it has the other copyright here. And now, let's take a look at these dorsal fins here, which this will be a lot more interesting than you might think. Now, from a far glance, it looks very nice, which, yes, that is true, but there is one thing I'm going to talk about. The painting is very nice until here. The last two segments are not painted, which, again, based on Toys Dream Project, but I'm going to take half a point off for this because this is just a bit weird. But speaking of the dorsal fins in general, it looks super nice. Look at all the details, the warts, the bumps. It's all there. Look at between. There's detail in between. Oh, wow, I missed that. Like, at this guy. I mean, the detail's kind of there, but it's not that good. Like, it just stops, like, around here, and that's basically it. Like, I don't know why it just stops. This one is just, like, a bit off, because it's, like, just, like, these 2 points. So, it's very nice. I really do like that. And, yeah, that's practically it in terms of Godzilla's paint and details. So I'm gonna give him a solid 7.5 or 8 out of 10. Now, moving on to my favorite one, Titanosaurus. This is one of my favorite movie monster series figures out there. If we're excluding all the Godzillas, yeah, this is one of my favorites because just look at the colors on this thing. It's very nice. Just look at all the paint. So, just looking at this, he's not cross-eyed. He is looking straight at you. I mean, yeah, this eye looks a bit off, but still, it's designed to look straight. And we've run into our first issue now. The tongue is not painted, which I'm gonna have to take half a point off of that one because, you know, it's all really nicely painted here, which we're gonna talk about in like a couple seconds. Which, yeah, that's my only issue with it mainly. And the paint here, you might think this is machine painted, but no, this isn't machine painted. This is all hand painted from what I believe, which I'll show you some evidence. Look at the bottom of the hand here. You get not a lot of black dry brushing, and you get a little bit of paint mishap on the hands here. When you look at the other hand, it's even less paint compared to here. So yeah, I feel like if it's asymmetrical like that, I suppose it is hand painted because there are a lot of parts here that look hand painted. For example, this stripe here, look at it. Half of it is kind of the salmon pink to this yellow. On the other side is a yellow dot, salmon pink gap, salmon pink, and then yellow. It's a different pattern. So look at this. There's a yellow dot here, no yellow dot here. The stripe, well, the stripe's the exact same here, but just, oh my god, I love the fact it's asymmetrical. It's like, you can tell they put care and effort into this one. Like, not saying that this one they didn't put care and effort. I can tell they did. But, like, in terms of paint, oh, wow, this thing blows this figure out of the water. This thing is so much better. Again, I love this thing. But this one is just, ooh, this is my favorite one. I love this one. Just the paint, the gold. Oh my gosh, I love the gold on this figure. There is gold on the bottom of the jaw here. Like, the legs. There is gold on the legs. You wouldn't expect that. Like, that's crazy. And then when you look at that, The fingernails are painted. Look at all the fingernails. They're all painted really nicely. Oh, wow. Look at all this. Look at the feet. Look at all that detail. Looks so good. And then you get like the painting here. Again, I'm going to show you more proof. Look at this. It's kind of dark paint here. Like the black paint. The other side just pure black. So I definitely think this is like hand painted rather than a machine doing this. Just look at all the paint. Oh! And I haven't even started talking about the detail because the detail is also super good here too. Just look at the warts. Everywhere. It looks so good. And then when you look at the hands, there's detail in between those two. You look right here. Look at the feet. It looks super nice. And then like the eyes, they look super good. And then I do like this. I didn't expect Bandai to put this much detail into just the head. There's little salmon pink, really bright pink paint job here, which I didn't expect them to put that there, so that's nice. And then like it's all painted all the way, although there is one little micro issue. This is practically just nitpicking. There's no detail on this side. That's practically just a nitpick, I guess. And just look at this, man. Look at this. Tell me that this isn't a bad figure. Like, this looks super good. Just look at that paint. Ooh, that looks super good. And then when you get to the bottom of the tail, it's open. It's not closed, so that's good. It's making the thing go like brrr. When you move to the back of his legs here, you can get some very nice paint jobs here. And the bottom of the feet, again, like Godzilla 1975, it says copyright Toho Ltd 1975, Titanosaurus. And this one, I believe, is a year earlier. It says Bandai 2002, so that's new. Look at the paint. This looks like the design. Like, of course, we have multiple Titanosaurus variations. We have this one, the Toys Dream Project one, and the most sought-after one, the one I really want to get someday. The original Bandai Movie Monster series, Titanosaurus, from, like, I believe the same time when this came out. Like, the original paint job. I really want that to be in a standard Movie Monster series line. I don't care if it's a completely new sculpt. I just want this paint job and the original Movie Monster series paint job. It looks super nice. And yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of the paint and detail. I know, I'm straight up glazing this figure, but hear me when I say this is probably the best Movie Monster series figure ever. I'm giving this thing a 9.5 out of 10 in terms of just the paint and detail. Articulation, again, 10 out of 10. Like, this is honestly, if you had to spend money on a figure, buy this thing. This thing is so good. And yeah, that's pretty much it in terms of paint and detail for both Godzilla and Titanosaurus. Now, let's move on to the size comparisons. So, in terms of height, Godzilla is approximately 6 to 6.5 inches tall. Here it is a bit more close up. In terms of length, Godzilla is about maybe 9 to 10 inches. So yeah, he's both tall and long. Now moving on to Titanosaurus, this is a different story. This figure is one of the tallest Movie Monster series figures I own at 7.5 inches tall. Like, honestly, I don't think I own a figure that's taller than this thing. This thing is like the tallest one I own. So for like a standard one, not like any of the older series. This is like the tallest. And then length, he's about maybe 6.5 to 7 inches long. So he's a lot taller, but he's a lot, shorter here. That's basically height. Now let's move on to size comparisons. The 2019 Bandai Movie Monster series Godzilla 1954. Yep, we get this one. The Bandai Limited Movie Monster series Godzilla Store exclusive Gorosaurus 1968. Review coming soon. The Bandai Movie Monster series Baragon 1965. Bandai Movie Monster series Anguirus 1955 Imaginative Color version. And of course, the classic Bandai Godzilla Island Monster series Heisei era Godzilla figure. These two actually look really nice together. Just look at that. Of course, this is the original one, so he's a lot shorter than this guy. I'll do a review on you someday. Scale and size comparison is very nice, and now we'll give these two their overall scores. So, in terms of Godzilla 1975, I rank this guy an 8.5 out of 10 in terms of figures. This is a very good figure. Recommend it highly. Really do like this figure. And in terms of my favorite one, I might be biased, but this figure gets a 9.7 out of 10. Like, I love this figure. Absolutely. If you had to pick between the two, sure, Godzilla is very nice. If you want to pick him up, go ahead. But if you only can buy one, get Titanosaurus. It is so much. It's taller, more paint, more detail, articulation. I mean, it's the same as Godzilla 75, but just it looks a lot nicer. Godzilla 75. I never told you guys this, but he's designed to be more in a specific pose more than anything. Titanosaurus is more in a neutral pose, which is what I like compared to a pre-pose figure, like let's just say a Playmates figure. Oh geez. And with that all out of the way, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys soon with the PS3 video. I understand it is very long. I'm doing a lot of other things again. So yeah, that's practically it with this video. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Wait, hold on. What the heck is that? Oh.